Testing, testing. Okay, guys, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a long journey from Kuala Lumpur to here, especially flying down from Miri, from the jungle, 5 days, 6 days in the jungle, and then reaching KL at 11, reaching home at 12, and trying to get my short nap before I start my journey at 4. All right, but like I said, especially in mountaineering or in anything that we plan to do, you must be committed. All right, once you make a commitment that you will be at a certain destination to do something, and you must make sure that you are there at least 1 hour before. All right, I think Stephanie was very worried when she was trying to get hold of me. This guy will make it or not? All right, but I couldn't reply to her. I couldn't answer a call because I was still driving. All right, I have to stay focused. All right, now this is me. Usually we don't talk about ourselves. That's what mountaineering is all about. We always stay humble. Whatever we achieve, whatever we conquer, we keep it low because there are so many things that we need to conquer in life. All right, if I'm an expert in mountain, I conquer mountains, but it's nothing great to me. Right? Just like you all, when you are facing a big challenge, just like after MCO, all the hoteliers now are having a big challenge. Now, they're trying to restructure, trying to come back, face reality, trying to open up the market and bring back the market here. Right? So it's a tough time for everybody, but since we are specialists in our area, we should be able to overcome. All right? When you say specialists in certain areas, means people who are doing the job day by day. So as a mountaineer, this is my job. I do this almost every day. Right? If I don't go out anywhere, I'll be training, teaching people how to hike. Even at Penang Hill, even small hill, steps, Batu Cave steps. If I have 10 steps also, I still teach people how to organize their step up whenever they hike, so that they will stay young forever. Because one small mistake in just step up will take your age from 50 to become 70. One small wrong mistake in step up, small injury to your joints, ankle, your lifestyle will drop. You'll put on weight. All right, that's how important it is, just a small step up. So that's what we do. We teach people. So almost every day I'm at the field outside. Yeah. All right, Stephanie was surprised to see me dress up like this. Oh, yes, of course, we don't dress up like this, except for when I'm giving motivational speech. Yeah? So, all right, I hope the mic is okay. Huh? All right, okay. Should I use the mic or the last person can hear? Huh? Must, huh? All right, okay. All right, now, this is me. I'm just like you. Most of us, if you're looking at those age 50, above 50, we're all from village. All right, those days, not much development in our places, yeah? So from there, we move to the city and we continue our life. So I'm from a small town called Kuala Pilah. It's based in Negeri Sembilan. 2 schools, 3 schools per district. So our exposure is very minimal. We are always negative about ourselves. We feel very inferior whenever we come to Kuala Lumpur, look at those children playing around with us. All right? That's what we are. But there's something that will make us special when we come from this kind of environment, which I was not able to realize until I complete my Everest, actually. All right? All that, until I complete Everest, I thought I was just an ordinary person. And usually I stay away from people. Because of that, feeling inferior about ourselves. It's natural, yeah? All right, okay. Now, these are my biggest achievement. 2006, I conquer on the north side, 2007 on the south side. This one is from China, or Tibet actually, and this side is from Nepal. More difficult, easier because in south side Nepal, this is a major industry. All right? Just like tourism industry. If it's a major industry, the government, the infrastructure, the local council, everybody will play a role in making sure that the tourism industry is so good. The same thing in Nepal. For them, this is their biggest income. Everyone, like me, if I go and climb this mountain, I have to pay almost 70,000 US dollar. Sorry, 70,000 ringgit just for the permit. So they will love me to go there again and again so that they earn that income. So to them, that tourism industry is so important. Every hotelier, every logistic people, everybody have to play a role to get that 11,000 US dollar, or our money almost coming to what 60,000 ringgit. All right. Now on the China side, same, but they don't provide any services because they don't need that income. So you can see it's side difficult, the side easier. But both are tourism-based products that we buy and we try to conquer. Yeah. All right. Now, next. So these are some of the places that I've been to all around the world, except for Antarctica, which is based at the bottom of our so-called sphere, globe. And then we have, there's one place called Papua New Guinea, the headhunters place. They are actually the highest peak in Asia Pacific. I have not been there yet. All right, so these are the two continents I've never been. Hope to finish as soon as possible. But if you can see, I started with small mountains all around the world. I finished with volcanic, finished with all the 7 summits, and of course, 8,000 meter peaks. Total, we have 14. I finished 6, and many more to go. All right? So these are those all around the world. Next. South America, just name it. Right from a small peak to big peak and so on. Yeah. Next. All right, these are some of the latest one. Next. All right, 2008, I start focusing only on the big one because I start acting as a guide. I start teaching people, guide people. So I don't list down all the small ones. As a guide, this is our work. So we don't go around list down, things that we do regularly as a guide. All right, next. Next. Okay, these are my achievements. Some of the, in Malaysia, so you have Book of Records, Icon of Malaysia, and few more. Yeah? Next. Right, these are some of my so-called achievers that we comes out from time to time. We join some of the events from time to time, yeah? Including we have City, Lee Chong Wei, Nicole, and so on. Yeah? All right, now, today I'm here actually to tell you is that from a kampung boy, we can actually be a superstar, a hero. I believe in your industry, you have seen some people started just as a cleaner, or maybe just as a bartender and so on. But now maybe they are holding position like GM of a hotel. All right. Now I'm going to share with you how I changed from a kampung boy into a so-called I'm ambassador for some of the products, the brand that I carry, US brand that I carry. Why do they recognize me? Why do they use me? Because of what I have experienced. All right, so never limit your experience because it's going to lead you to somewhere. All right. The first one was lifestyle. Remember I mentioned to you about this kampung boy, right? I go to Sawah Padi. Have you been to Sawah Padi? Right, you've been there, right? Tangkap ikan laga ada? Ada jual ikan laga? 10 tahun lepas berapa harga ikan laga? Tak pernah? Okay, mancing, cross the river. Even musim tengkujuh, the banjir also, we will still cross the river. After that, tenggelam, cari kawan. Tarik-tarik, tengok seluar dia saja yang dapat. Dia tercabut ke atas. Ya? So these are all the lifestyle that I've gone through. One thing that I realized when I was at the peak of Everest was that I was just as strong as all those people who summited Everest. Then I start recall back, why? It was actually from small, we have been pushed to our limit. We have been, knocked. Every corner we have been knocked. You don't realize that, but one day you just sit down. Once you're at the top, you'll be able to put everything in a puzzle and you can see, wow, all those things that I went through before actually helping me today. A lifestyle. All right, you might get angry with your teachers those days. Teacher will cane you for your mistake. Teacher will shouted at you. But now I recall back, I say all those things have built me into a very disciplined person. All right, parents, neighbors, your seniors, So I was a footballer actually. Yeah, from small I play football. I love to play football. The biggest achievement is representing Malaysia University in the ASEAN level, states, Negeri Sembilan, yeah, right? Penang was one of my enemies those days, right? And only at the age of 30, I changed my sports. From a team sport, I moved into an individual sport. That is mountaineering, all right? Next. So I started with trekking. I got so bored in life. I got so bored with team event. Sometimes I go to the field, the referee don't come. We have to wait for half an hour. Have anyone experienced it? Any footballers here? All right? Sometimes you go there, got 4 teams at one pitch. So all mismanagement that happens sometimes gets you frustrated. Sometimes you go there, opponent got 15 players, you only have 8 players. The game is abandoned or postponed. A lot of this kind of mismanagement happens. So I moved from a team event into a sports, individual sports. Okay, so I started with trekking to Nepal. Even though during younger days I liked to hike, but I never take it as a sport. It was more like a leisure. All right? Datang Penang, hike Penang, macam tu. But here I changed into a professional hiker. So I trekked to Nepal. Now the first time when I went to Nepal was somewhere in 1995, I guess so. I managed to see Mount Everest for the first time. And those people who hike with me or climb with me, they are just ordinary people actually. But while I'm having that tea, coffee, or makan, any Nepali here? No, right? Anyone been to Nepal? No? Okay, all right, okay. Now usually they have this dalbat, rice, white rice with green lentil soup and veggie. That's it. We always eat this, even the Westerners will eat, but then they talk about so much about this passion of climbing Mount Everest. They are so advanced than us, but then when I look at them, they're just ordinary people. They are just like me. All right? But then I said, while this trekking, I said, hey, why cannot I have such passion just like them? Why cannot I take this small hiking or trekking passion into a serious climbing? If ordinary people can do, why cannot us? So that's how it all started. Okay, next. All right. This is actually 5,600 meters from a small peak called Mount Kalapata. So the last part of this hiking, 14 days of hiking in Nepal, you'll reach a peak. 5,600 meters. There you sit down in the cold. You can see people crossing this Khumbu icefall and climbing Mount Everest, the black color one, not the highest one, the black color one. There's a ray coming up. That is Mount Everest from the south side. So if you see all these people, you mix with them just 14 days and you realize that you are as good as them. All right? If they can do, why cannot us? Why cannot we? So that's how it started. So I made a decision that I want to do it. But of course, I never said I want to do it today or tomorrow. All right? I have to be fair to myself. I give myself enough time. Took me about 5 years to plan, to organize and everything. Okay, but the first thing in Malaysia is that we don't have any knowledge. We don't have anything about ice, snow, hiking above 4,000 meters. Because the highest we have is Mount Kinabalu. All right, what's the height of Kinabalu? Don't use Google. What's the height of Kinabalu? Okay, what's the height of Penang Hill now? 800 feet meters above sea level. Okay, excellent. Fool. You got a hiker here. Let's send her to Everest next year. All right, okay. So that's how I build my dream about making it to the top. Because I realized that if others can do, why not us? So if your bosses here. Oh. Okay. If your bosses can be there at that place, why not us? So you got to start your plan now. All right? I believe everyone, just like me, we have crossed that path from ordinary kampung boy to where we are right now. All right? Okay, goal setting. This was a bit difficult. Telling ourselves that, hey, I want to climb Mount Everest. It's very difficult. Why? When you tell that to your family, they will be laughing at you. You share with your friend, they say, hey, you sudah gila. Everybody will start. If you say today, just now you yang cakap kan, you nak jadi GM kan? You tadi, bukan? Siapa yang cakap tadi nak jadi GM tadi? Hey, boss, take note. One of them. Dia kata nak jadi GM. Okay. Alright, now. Kalau kita cakap saja kita nak jadi GM, people will be looking. Betul ke budak ni? Same thing I have to go. I have to go through that process. It was very embarrassing. It was very difficult. But those people who have this build-up of lifestyle of staying steady, staying focused in your dream, right? You will stay focused. Goyang-goyang sikit-sikit tu biasalah. Alright? Anyone who don't understand bahasa here? No, right? Everybody okay, right? Okay. The reason is because I'm from a kampung boy. My bahasa is much more excellent compared to my Tamil language actually. Alright, sorry. Okay, now, so after this goal setting, when I decided to move, right, I have no choice but to look forward. But believe me, there's so many negative things will come to me. Alright? So I'm going to share with you some of the challenges that when I decide to climb Mount Everest. Next. Alright. Now, when I set my goal, one of the most difficult thing I was having was, what is this goal about? How am I going to stay track of this goal that I set? It was very difficult. Materials we don't have. Books we don't have. That time we don't have any internet, we don't get access to Wi-Fi and so on. All right, so it was very difficult. All we have is, sometimes they'll write in the, newspapers. Sometimes they will do some news, reading about Everest and so on. That's all we get. So it was very difficult. So I have to stay visualizing my goal at a very difficult rate actually. And most of us, when we don't have this proper visualization of our goal, right, we will goyang. Hari ni fikir macam ni, besok fikir lain. Hari ni nak jadi GM, besok nak jadi CEO terus. Keep changing. Alright, today in the hotel, tomorrow I want to go back to sales of products, retail. Keep changing if we don't have that ability to visualize our goal. Alright, so I was having a tough time, but thank God that I was able to keep visualizing my goal. Yeah. Now, of course, you must understand, this was what my family and my friends were trying to highlight to me. Hey, you are about to take big challenge in your life. Of course, comes with big risk. That's why when they told me, right, hey, awak sudah gila ke? They were just trying to remind me that that challenge comes with big risk. They're just a messenger to remind us that to be a GM, you need to work hard. It's not today, besok cakap saya nak jadi GM kan, ambil potong saya punya business card tu, tampal GM, boleh? Boleh kan? Tapi cuma, alright? So this big risk plays a big role in our challenges that we're going to face. Alright? How are we going to minimize the risk and tell all our people surrounding us, right, that we are, or they can have confidence in us in facing this challenge? So that was one of the biggest challenges I was facing. Especially the Indians, if they have their mother next to them. When you tell them only, they get scared, they start questioning you again and again. Are you doing the right thing? Hey, have you really checked all these things out? Right? I don't think so. I don't think so about GM, right? Does GM comes with a big risk?
Yes.
Also, is it?
Yes.
Right? All right. So you all better take note. Big challenges comes with big risks. All right, next. Now, the day you accept, you put a target that you want to climb Mount Everest, the first thing that will come and hit you is the word fear. That fear, malam tak boleh tidur. Okay? You start having stress. You don't show to people, but you are having stress. Tak adalah macam makan mi semua, tak adalah. Alright, but just that sometimes you cannot. You will have sleepless nights. Why? Because you start questioning your own self. Alamak, betul ke saya punya decision ni? Apa jadi? Malu kalau saya tak dapat naik. All the negative fear will come to you. But actually, as a mountaineer, let me share with you, fear is something that is good. Every time you have fear, it will help you to prepare well. That's what happened to me. Right? Lebih saya takut, lagi banyak saya takut, lagi banyak saya actually start prepare myself. Alright, at the beginning part was very difficult. Alright, next. Imagine tadi, can we go back to that? That is Kumbu Icefall, yeah? The guard is a 6,000 meter. Can you see the leather? It's TNB leather. They just ikat tali saja. And bawah dia jatuh 100 meter. Mula-mula nampak putih. Betul lama-lama nampak dark blue. Betul lama-lama tak nampak apa-apa. Apa saja jatuh dia akan lari macam ni, terus hilang. Tak boleh keluar-keluar. Sebab dia penuh dengan ais. Ais selalu licin kan? You know right? Apa saja jatuh, terus masuk hilang. You can only jumpa balik selepas 50 tahun. Global warming, salji pecah, baru you boleh jumpa saya balik kalau saya jatuh lah. Tapi frozen, nice, you know, memang macam dulu lah. Sure. Alright? So that's Kumbu Icefall. So imagine we are doing this kind of crossing sebelum kita sampai ke puncak. These are the fears that we have to go through. Jadi fear yang saya cakap tadi itu dari permulaan. Tapi saya ada juga fear semasa mendaki. Because everything is a new challenge for me. Alright? But I cannot. I have to take it positively. I have to face the fear. Alright? Next. These are some of the things that I have to sacrifice. This is how I will live for 60 days. Tidur di atas salji. Inilah kemah saya. We will use whatever possible 60 days of our survival in a small tent like this. Whatever that can motivate us, we will try to motivate us. But believe me, all these things are the one that will test you on a daily basis. Setiap hari dia akan tanya kamu, hey, did you do the right decision of being here? They will be questioning you, and you will have to answer on a daily basis. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to keep climbing. I'm not going to turn back. This negative energy is always with us. The minute you kata nak jadi GM, you sendiri akan tanya soalan. Betul ke? Boleh ke? Can I be as good as my boss? Right? Can I match his ability, his capability, and so on? You start questioning yourself. Those are the negative energy that I'm talking about. 1,000 orang mendaftar untuk naik Gunung Everest. Sampai ke base camp, macam hero. 990 orang. Okay? Seminggu selepas kita pergi kemah satu turun, 100 orang patah balik. 100 orang. Why? Because they cannot face this negative energy. Setiap hari kamu disoal, kamu pun cakap, saya better go back. Saya ada family, saya ada anak. Selamat duduk rumah, tidur selesa, tilam besar, boleh datang hotel di Penang. Betul? Betul, tak? That's negative energy. That every day you have to face. Kita ada 6 kemah. Imagine kalau 1,000 orang daftar, 100 orang patah balik every kemah. Akhirnya ada cuma yang kuat, yang betul-betul mental very strong, 500 orang saja. That is what these big challenges will test you with this negative energy. Alright, next. Now, but because of lifestyle dari kecil, apa saja kita buat, kita succeeded. Whatever we have done, we have succeeded. The day you come and join this hotel, if you finish your 6-month program ataupun 6 month working, then they push you to the next level, that means you have succeeded one level. That succeeded is the one that we call self-belief. So I've climbed mountains all around the world in order for me to build that self-confidence, that self-belief. And today, it was, I think 3 months ago, I decided to climb Mount Everest for number 3 time, this coming 24th of March. That's why I came for training the other day. All because of this word, self-belief. Why do I have self-belief? Because of all the success that I had attached to me. So if you have this success, always keep it in front of you. Those failures you put at the back. And this success will always give you this, what we call self-belief. Alright, next. Now of course, janganlah ingat hari ni naik Everest, besok boleh pergi, tidak. The day you say you want to be a GM, not necessarily you will be a GM the next day. You need a proper preparation, a proper plan, a proper time. So it took me about 5 years to actually get myself ready. Mentally, physically, technically, psychologically, was not easy. Alright? Now, I think especially I like to pick on the Indian ladies. Sometimes the parents don't allow them to go out in the night. Betul eh? You still having the same problem? Still having the same problem right now. Because sometimes they just feel that you don't have confidence. They don't have confidence in you. Masih lagi eh? At this age, no more already, right? But when we're young, they do that, right? We boys also kena dulu, waktu kecil. Most of our parents are like that. But because I get my independence at the age of 14. From a small childhood, I went to schools, independent, I survived on my own and so on. So I built that confidence to my family members saying that I can face challenges. So that's how my preparation was easy. I was more focusing on my technical preparation and my mindset rather than the others. And the football part helped me physically to prepare myself. So that was some of the lifestyle that supported my preparation. Next. Right, of course, I got to do research. It was tough because lack of documentation, lack of books, lack of so on. So, but I still managed to get it done. Yeah, right. 5 years of doing a lot of research studies and so on. Yeah. Next. Strength training. Usually, I'll work with hotels. At that time, I was sponsored by Desaru Hotels. All right. So I will do my beach run, hill, and I do my physical training attached to a hotel and so on. Yeah. Just like the other day when I came, your hotel was kind enough to help me to do my 3 days, 2 night training in Penang Hill. All right. So I've never used your gym. Do you have a gym here? Okay. Maybe I should try. All right. These are the beach run that I will do. All right. 8, 10 kilometers. When I run on the beach, usually it helps me to build my joint muscles and my knee. Yeah. So it helps me a lot to prepare because when we're dealing with snow, it's also soft. It's not stable, yeah? Licin, all right? So the best place is to practice at the soft sand and so on, yeah? All right? Next. Mental training, you have no choice, you have to go there. If you say you want to be a GM, you know where to be to do your mental training. Whenever the assignment given by HR, whenever they need some support at certain places, you have to be there in order for you to be tested from time to time, yeah? So those are the mental training that we're talking about. You cannot say I sleep, I read book, I can do my mental training. Cannot. You have to go. So I have to travel all around the world in order to build my mental training, yeah, to get ready my mindset. Yeah. Next. Right. Mostly South America, North America, Africa, Europe, because these are the countries who are advanced in mountaineering. So it really helped me. Okay, next. But every of this preparation that I'm talking about, to achieve our dream, of course, there has to be a small step by step. All right, jangan cakap, today GM, tomorrow, today I want to be a GM, tomorrow you get the chance to be a GM. Not necessary. So everything have a flow that you need to go through. So if I train someone to go to Everest, I will start with Penang Hill, Gunung Ledang in Johor, then I'll take them to all the G7, then I will bring them to Kinabalu, Mount Mulu in Sarawak, and so on. Yeah? So that's what I took the other day, about 5 of them who want to join me to climb Mount Everest. Do you have the warm water? Okay, yeah? Sorry. Yeah? All right, now, so it's actually by step, easy, giving enough time to all my climbers, making sure that they are well prepared before I announce in the news or announce in the press saying that they are joining me to climb Mount Everest. Yeah? Okay, next. Now, one of the aspects that I understand is the word discipline. Ada tak di antara colleague kamu sini yang tak berdisiplin? Bos, ada bos? Ada? Any of your staff here yang tak berdisiplin? Tak payah tunjuk, tapi ada? Ada. So, these are some of the karakteristik yang kita ada kekurangan. Sebab each one of us are different. We are coming from different lifestyle. We are coming from different culture. We are coming from different family setup. All right, so we all have different discipline. So companies, HR department, they have problem in setting this discipline right for every corporate companies. Tough, bukan senang. Sometimes you pandang rendah pada you punya HR. Who is the HR here? Sometimes you pandang rendah pada dia, tapi dia punya tugas never easy because so I'm a solo climber. So it's so easy for me because I have only one discipline. And I mold my discipline for 5 years. I set my discipline right and I achieve my dream. Tapi for corporate companies, for them to build a discipline among, katalah ada 100 orang employees, it's a tough thing. You boleh give up. The HR will have a tough time in giving up. But of course, we also human beings, sometimes we also give up. All right? But that to build that discipline, to make that 100 people with one discipline is one of the biggest challenges we have. You know why I'm sharing this or not? Now I'm training 5 people to take them to climb Mount Everest. I'm having a tough time. All right? But that is what challenge is all about. All right? You should never turn back. All right? Remember, they are human beings. You just need to look at them. You just need to tap the characters, positive characters, and bring them into one discipline. All right? What is the next target? Yeah? 2022. Do you have target ready for the hotel? Everybody know? Ada? Target comes with bonus, kan? Right. Performance comes with bonus, yeah, usually. All right, now, this discipline, kalau 1 orang senang, kalau 10 orang susah. But HR will be the best person to actually set the thing right. All right, next. Now, day by day yang saya cakap yang 100 orang give up, setiap hari ada saja helikopter datang, ambil orang, bawa balik. Ini semua orang-orang yang give up. Setiap kali bila kita tanya, oh sorry Ravi, I don't think so I can make it, man. No, I love my family too much, dia kata. No, I don't think so I'm feeling well. My knee is giving up. Actually, bukan knee. It's all about fear. It's all about dia kekurangan determination untuk menjadi apa yang kita nak jadi. Ya, kalau kamu kata kamu nak jadi GM, you need to have that determination, that 5 tahun punya yang saya cakap tadi itu. Might not be this hotel, might be different hotel, but you can do it. If you have that determination. So I had it with me. So that's why it helped me. Alright? Memang susah kita nak stay focus. Tapi kalau dengan ada sifat-sifat with determination, you will keep going forward. Alright, next. Alright, these are the biggest sacrifices that one have to do if you join mountaineering. Imagine sini saya dapat tidur dengan selesa, tapi di sana, inilah kehidupan saya. Setiap hari kemah saya diliputi salji, covered by snow. Every day when I wake up, have you seen some cartoon, Tom and Jerry, I guess so. Kalau dia jatuh dari atas bukit, dia akan ada dalam tanah, tangan macam ni. Ada tengok? Similar lah. Tiap-tiap hari kita tidur, mula-mula dia panas. Dia di atas ais. Keras kan? Tapi bila badan kita panas, kita akan cair. Malam kita terus masuk dalam salji. Pagi kita bangun, it's a similar to that because badan kita panas. Alright, we will go deeper inside. So every day we need to do adjustment. Bersihkan, ratakan, macam tu. Alright? So we have no choice. So kalau you not want to be somebody, believe me, you need to sacrifice this comfort zone. Alright? Faham ya? So jangan ingat, hari ni saya nak jadi hero, besok saya boleh jadi hero. Tapi kita kena belajar budaya, or we need to learn the art of sacrificing our comfort zone. Alright? Sometimes the bosses will say, I look at this guy is capable, let's push him to F&B. From one department to another department. You will be complaining, I'm so familiar with that department, I know the job, my friends are all there, why do you shift me? You'll be questioning them. But they are looking at different angle. They are looking at, this guy got potential, let's send him to another department. But you will be looking at your comfort zone. Kawan saya dekat sana lah. Remember in school? Saya tak nak masuk grup ni. Kawan saya kat sana, saya nak duduk sana. Still remember? Same. So, to face these big challenges, to achieve your goal in your life, remember this. Learn how to sacrifice your comfort zone. That's where the HR comes in, to set it. When they see you have the potential, they will push you. So, kalau kamu nak duduk di tempat bos ni dalam 10 ke 20 tahun dari sekarang, you kena tanya dia apa yang dia sacrifice sebelum ni. I believe every leaders, every top people have sacrificed something to be where they are right now. Alright, next. Ni saya punya partner. I'm a solo climber ya. Dia ni lah yang tolong saya bawa tu makanan saya semua dari base camp ke kemah 3. Dia ni tak boleh bercakap. You kena pakai sign language dengan dia. Ataupun dia ada sejenis macam whistle. The herders there, they have their whistle to bring this yak who will carry your stuff to send to the next camp. Dia akan pergi sampai 65. You know right, what's the height of Mount Everest? It's 8848, ya? 8,848 meters. So dia akan bantu saya sampai, bawa barang saya sampai 6,500 meter. On the north side, Tibet side. On the south side, dia tak naik dah. Dia tak ada permit untuk naik di south side. Alright? Tapi untuk di utara, dia akan bawa ya. So these are the only partner that I have. Masa saya mendaki solo. Alright, next. Okay, yang ni pula hotel service ni. Ini kalau nak naik dengan this kind of facilities boleh. Dia kena belanja 120,000 US dollar. Now I'm climbing with 40,000 US dollar. Okay, let's see my camp. This is my camp. You can see the hotel service and this one. Alright, of course, hotel service maksudnya comes with the chef, stainless steel kitchen. Everything is well to do. Okay, can you go back? They even have every tent, they have compartment, they have heater system. Right, because they are paying 120,000 US dollar. So they are buying luxury. These are the people who are not willing to sacrifice their comfort zone. Right, people like us, from poor background, poor country, we have no choice but to sacrifice our comfort zone in order for us to achieve our goal, our dream. Yeah? Next. Okay, this is Camp 3, 6,500 meters. This is how it looked like. Every day covered with snow. Yeah? Next. All right, now, staying focused in our goal. As we are going up, turun, atas, turun, we face a lot of challenges. Yang saya cakap tadi, every day got 100 people going back by giving all kind of reason. But those people who stay, the 500 people who stay, daripada 1,500 balik kan, ada 500 orang lagi yang akan sampai ke puncak. Those are the people who have very strong staying focused power. They made a decision to climb. They stay focused on their goal and dream. Alright, so those who make, yang kata nak jadi GM atau nak jadi bos besar, carilah your staying focused punya ability. Alright, and you will be there, but it's just that masa lah, setahun ke, 2 tahun ke, 10 tahun ke. Next. Right, this was keadaan saya bila saya reach base camp semua tu. Next. Right, this is 7,000 meter, you boleh jatuh kiri kanan. Ada saja orang akan jatuh bila dia berjalan kan, di chain, jatuh. Yang ni Nepal, sebelah sana Tibet. Alright, next. Alright, this is Kemah 5, 7,600 meter. Alright, you can see here. Alright, next. This is the summit. The wind will be blowing as good as 150 to 200 kilometers per hour. Kita tengok daripada jarak snow tu di tube. That is snow actually. The white color is actually snow being blown away. Kalau kamu ada yang jenis yang naik motor kan, kalau kamu naik motor next to a bus express, you can feel right now. Itulah kita dekat sana. Macam nak terbang. So we have our safety rope. We have to be very careful. Alright, that's our summit push. Next. Alright. I just want to share this. You see the ladder yang berjoin-join tu kan? Itu budak perempuan Korea tu. Dia sangkut sana almost dekat 45 minit. Turun pun tak boleh, naik pun tak boleh. Tiba-tiba dia takut. So when you are facing big challenges in life, there will come a time. Suddenly you akan stop. You just become blank. Depan pun tak boleh, belakang pun tak boleh. It is normal. That fear will come to you when you are taking big challenges. But you just need to be steady. 45 minit saja. Duduk. Fikir. Tapi kawan-kawan dekat atas tu, dengan bawah sini janganlah tekan dia. Janganlah paksa-paksa dia. Kan? Wait, cepat-cepat. I want the report to be on my table now. Very familiar, is it? Ada macam tu punya demanding kan? That is because they are also being pressured. Everybody being pressured. All you need is just to give enough time for that person to perform. Alright, so that lady managed to calm herself and push up. Semua orang, sebab ini satu saja laluan kita. So we managed to proceed with our journey. Yeah, alright. So facing fear will be there at every level of your advancement. Jangan ingat mula-mula saja. At every level. Alright, next. Alright, these are some of the storm in Alaska and so on. Next. Alright, as a pendaki solo ni, selalu ni kita tak ada kawan. Yang kedua, tak ada orang nak berkawan dengan kita sebab kita selalu pergi dengan serba kekurangan. Very limited. Limited resources. Alright, because we are solo climbers. So what we do is that sometimes we have to stay alone for 60 days. Why? Nobody want to build tent next to you. Dia takut. Kalau diorang tak ada, you akan ambil barang diorang and gunakan. Alright? That's where I think he comes in. What's his name? The gentleman? Alright? That's where you come in right now. Loss prevention, is it? Sana, sebab kita kena hantar dia ke sana lah. Alright? Same, similar to that. So that's why the solo climbers and the big group, they stay away. Alright? So sometimes we have no choice. We only can get connected to the other solo climbers. Alright, next. This was when I was sick. Usually, when there's lack of oxygen in the atmosphere, you akan jadi tua. Alright? Bila paru-paru kamu, jantung kamu tak boleh berfungsi dengan betul, kamu akan jadi tua. So remember this always. The oxygen that we have in the atmosphere is so important. We must protect it at all times. Because without the oxygen, all of us are going to get old. Number two, when there is oxygen, but if you don't breathe properly, the same thing. You're going to get old. Alright, so make sure at all time you are doing aerobic breathing, not anaerobic. Even how stressful is also, so calm down, breathe. So, ini semua keadaan orang yang tak boleh bernafas dengan betul. Especially when we are pushing up. We do anaerobic style, apa jadi? Macam ni. Alright, so we try to avoid, but sometimes we have no choice. So when we are sick, due to lack of oxygen, kita akan turun ke bawah dan berehat. Alright, as a solo climber, susah untuk kita. There's a borderline between good and bad. But we have to make the decision, and we'll count down, rest for a few days, then we'll go up again. Okay, next. Right, this is how I mentioned, limited resources for solo climbers. Next. Right, snow blind is where we get blind due to pancaran cahaya matahari. The sun will hit the snow, and the snow will produce the prism ray that will burn our cornea. So that's why always kita kena pakai goggles. Alright. Kita yang F1, fighter semua tu kan. Diorang selalu pakai apa pun gitu. What's the best, have you ever seen Top Gun? Ray-Ban kan. Sampai jenama pun keluar Ray-Ban. Alright? Because of, they are at 6,000, 7,000 meter where they are close to the sun. The sun will burn their cornea. Katalah the fighter jet is facing the sun like this, guy. It will burn their cornea. So that's why we must always use the goggle. So kadang-kadang ada yang nak style, ambil goggle, nak ambil gambar. Tak sampai 5 minit, kena snow blind. Turun, jatuh mati. Kebanyakan orang mati after summit is because of snow blind. All because of nak keluarkan goggles while the sun is hitting their face or through the prism effect from the snow. Alright, these are some of the mistakes some of the challenges that people face and they die because of this. Next. Just now I mentioned to you the thin air. So usually this thin air will happen at 8,000 meter. And we will depend on oxygen. See the extra oxygen? Kita ada oxygen sini. Do you have extra oxygen for your emergency medical case? Just called ambulance. Right. But when we climb mountains, we have no ambulance there. As a guide, we have to bring one extra oxygen for our climb. Just in case kalau dia susah untuk bernafas, we'll put on the oxygen. Alright? So we depend on oxygen above 8,000 meter. Next. The weather change. The serak, the snow, everything will break and drop. Alright, next. See those two guys walking, right? Next to them, just another hole there. Some of them will drop and go missing. All you know is that, Ravi dah sampai dah? Tak ada. Tak sampai. Mana pergi? Tengok-tengok sudah hilang. So similar to that, every day we got climbers go missing. Whenever they cross this canal, soft snow. So it's quite dangerous, Next. Alright, this is how we cook. Sini you masak. Selalu you nak panaskan air berapa lama? Siapa daripada F&B? Panaskan air untuk satu ceret teh. Are you from F&B? No. Siapa ya? Tak ada? Come on, share with us. Untuk 2 orang guest nak buat teh. How quick do you boil the water? Sana, just to boil water for one person, we have to take the snow from outside and boil. It will take half an hour. Why? Because lack of oxygen means the fire doesn't work well. Memang ada api, tapi tak panas. So air itu akan ambil masa yang lama. Next. Okay, this is how we survive with the food. These are some of the source of food that we depend on. Cheese and all those things, so for quick energy. Next. Alright, like I mentioned just now, the fire management is another challenge that we face. Next. These are the avalanche that every day akan berlaku. Kiri, kanan, akan ada salji runtuh. We will have difficulty in cleaning our tent. Next. Alright, this is the tent management. One of the tent management, the big challenges we face is bila kita ada 2 pintu. Satu pintu depan, satu pintu belakang. Kalau 3 hari, 4 hari ribut salji, kita kena tahu mana kita nak buang. At the back, ais kita ambil di depan untuk masak. Tapi kalau kita dah salah tidur, terbalik pula. pintu belakang kita ambil, kita buang dekat sini. Tempat yang kita buang tu kita pergi ambil dan kita masak balik. This is where most of the climbers get sick. So the coordination of their home is very important. The tent management is very important. Just like how you all do housekeeping, how you put things in order for your guests. Daripada the entrance itself, you already tell them where things and so on. Put up the proper signature so that they don't do mistake. All right? So we have the same issues, same challenges that we face up there. All right, next. All right, I think we covered this area. Next. Now, this is the death zone, above 7,900 meter. Sini kita perlukan oksigen. Di sinilah kebanyakan orang mati because we just cannot operate at the highest capacity. Next. All right, this is the summit on 2006, 15 May. All right. Next. All right, now. Every challenge we take in life, baik nak jadi GM ke, nak jadi boss ke, nak jadi the next supervisor ke apa ke, just like me, to be a mountaineer, I have to face with setbacks. There's no challenges that comes, semuanya senang. Never. Alright, the biggest challenges that saya face after I reach the summit, I would like to share with you, is frostbite. These are my fingers on the north side. It was very cold, minus 50. And I have to do a live telecast through RTM to talk to. At that time was Ahmad Badawi, Pak Lah. Alright, these are some of the programs that saya terpaksa buat. And I have to remove my biggest mitten, we call it, the glove, big glove. And I have to use a small Ericsson phone to call Malaysia. First, I have to look for the satellite, then I have to start calling. So this is what we call overexposed. Alright? So after I come back, 3 days, the thing become very pale, pucat, sebab the nerve system sudah mati. And then after 2 weeks, it'll be like this. This is after 1 month. The good and the bad will separate. Alright, then after that, tunggu sampai 3 bulan, we just have to patahkan the tulang. Alright, so that's what happens to the fingers. So frostbite is one of the most dangerous thing. People lose toes, some people lose nose, some people telinga. Kenapa? Sebab kita punya otak ni otak smart. They decide what is important, we keep. What is not important, we drop. So dia decide sendiri. So kalau dia rasa saya punya hidung ni tak penting, dia korbankan lah sini. So our mind and our heart works very closely. They work, they talk to each other. They say, let's sacrifice those furthest from our heart. Yang paling penting adalah jantung. So that's why it always keeps ourselves warm here. Yang sebelah sini dia can sacrifice. So these are some of the setbacks that I have to face. Of course, beginning is very difficult. Your family, your friends, all of them will like, kenapa buat macam ni, kenapa, all kind of question will come, But because of the glory of reaching the summit, coming back, after you have achieved something great, you will look at this all biasa. So when I broke my finger and I'm keeping it in the office, it was like, it's just something that perkara biasa. All because of that glory of being there on the summit. So if you have achieved something great, or you are right now sitting where your boss is sitting now, whatever he have gone through before, this yang kecil-kecil, masalah kecil, malu ke, kena marah ke apa, it's all perkara yang tidak penting lagi. Because of where he is right now. Yeah, some of you have gone through this, maybe you will realize this. Alright? If not, you won't be sitting here. Right from your childhood days, think about this. Those challenges that you've gone through. Alright, so I have the same thing. So people ask me, wah, dah kena naik lagi Gunung Everest? Yes. Because the excitement, the glory is totally different. You are willing to sacrifice something kecil-kecil yang ujung-ujung tak perlu ni, you are willing to do that. Of course, now I fall under category OKU lah. Alright? Next. All right. Some of the other challenges I faced was saying goodbye to my solo climbers, other solo climbers. It was very difficult. Kita tahu 2 hari lepas tu dia akan mati. Tapi kita nak cakap goodbye to them tu was very difficult. Kita terpaksa, we left them at 8,000 meter. Something that kita tak boleh terima, but on rational part, kalau you tak tinggalkan dia, you pun akan mati. So you just have to come down, say goodbye and come down, and after 2 days, biasanya dia akan mati. Kita akan tolak badan dia ke dalam crevice or gaung. Alright. So kalau ada orang cerita kata dia nampak mayat semua tu, itu semua bohong. Usually the bodies will be pushed down, alright, into a crevice or height. It's not nice to see your friend's body. Sometimes after 2 years, 3 years, the strong wind will blow away, take away all the skin, tinggal tengkorak saja. So selalunya kita akan letak muka di bawah dan kita akan tolak. Ya, ada lagi badan ke atas tu, tapi semua sudah disembunyikan. So kalau you pakai oksigen, you jalan-jalan, memang you takkan nampak. Tapi they are there. Alright, to bring down one body is so tough. At 8,000 meter, for us to bring down body is very tough. So what we do, we only bring down the bodies at 6'5", boleh. Bawa sikit, panggil heli, masukkan dalam heli, pum. Orang sakit pun sama juga. Tapi kalau nak bawa orang sakit dari atas 8,000 ke bawah, tough. Berat badan kita dengan keadaan macam ni, how to bring down? It's very vertical, so difficult. You need 30 to 40 people. We are solo climbers. Nobody wants us actually to be there at the mountain. All right? Okay, next. All right, avalanche in 2012. I also almost died. Saya covered with snow. It was very difficult. First I thought I'm going to go away. I was kicking, asking for help. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. Tiba-tiba one serak broke from the top of the mountain and it came down, cut pieces of people at Camp 3 and then covered us in Camp 2. Lucky we have people at Camp 1 came and rescued us in the morning. I still remember the day that I thought I'm going to die. Because when the snow covered me, I was kicking, shouting, asking for help, screaming. Every scream I make, the oxygen level becomes less and less. And the ice become more compact. The more I kick, it becomes more compact. That is what life is all about. Until those people in Camp 1 came and rescued me. For some of the difficult moments, 2012, I still remember, I will always remember the danger of avalanche. So now I'm more, kata orang apa, be prepared for avalanche. I am well prepared. Now I know what this avalanche is all about, how it will hit us and so on. Yeah? So those are some of the things that I have experienced. So of course, setengah orang akan give up terus, tak mau lagi dah naik gunung. Yes, but setengah orang yang kuat akan come back again. So 2013 saya balik ke gunung yang sama, 8,000 meter. Ini gunung ke-8 tertinggi di dunia. Alright, next. This is my face every time saya naik gunung. Sebab matahari tu dia akan bakar kita, ya. No sunblock will help you. Alright, because matahari sangat rapat dengan kita. So it will penetrate and burn your skin. Next. Alright, these are some of the avalanches that take place in Tibet and in Nepal. Ya. Selalu macam inilah kehidupan kita. Lepas avalanche, kita kena keluarkan snow balik. Next. Alright. One of the biggest thing that I learned over the years is that semua success, all the success, that small success that I've achieved from my childhood made me a successful person in mountaineering. So I believe everyone here, you are sitting here is because you have achieved lots of success in your life to be where you are now. Many of you have failed. Some of you maybe have already died. Your colleagues, your friends. Some maybe have gone to another field, gave up this field, give up this industry. Some of them have totally failed, become, what do you call it, anti-society, like drug addicts and all those things. So we have that. We have our friends who have gone into that category. All right? But you have achieved so much success that you are here right now, sitting together with your boss, having a proper job, companies still surviving. And I believe this company right now is still surviving is because of the asset they have, the staff. All right? So all the success that you have achieved over the years should give you confidence to move forward, just like me. All those experiences that I have, even though hampir-hampir mati, I'm still going back to Everest coming March 24th. All right? So believe me, all this success that you have behind you will lead you to better places. All right? Next. Be resilient. Stay. Macam mana cabaran yang datang dekat kamu, pisau ke, parang ke, stay. Stay resilient. Stay focused on your goal that you want to achieve. Next. Alright, of course, selepas setbacks, selalunya I have to retrain myself. I'm a different person now. People call me the Iceman. It's not because I'm a cool person, no. It's because I'll be the first person to sarung glove bila sejuk. Macam you, actually you boleh tahan lama daripada saya because saya ni semua ni jari terbuka. You know what is open fingers actually. These are all my bone. So saya just patahkan saja. So I'll get cold very fast. So I'll put on the gloves very fast. So that's why people call me Iceman, because I'm the first person to sarung tangan cepat-cepat. Yeah? Alright? Because I need to retrain myself. Walaupun saya ada serba kekurangan, even though I have very limited holding power, alright, that's why when siapa dekat belakang tu kata, oh no, you have to hold the big mic. Alamak. Because with the short finger kan, kadang-kadang susah. Mic kadang-kadang tahulah besar kan. Sebab ini mic kecil. Ada satu yang mic karaoke besar-besar macam mana. So sometimes I have these issues. But we have no choice. We have to retrain ourselves. Every time you have setback, you retrain. Alright, the same thing goes what you are facing now. After MCO. MCO was the biggest setback we had in the world. It affected almost everyone. Yesterday, bila saya turun daripada airport di KLIA, I was just looking around. Oh my God. We have lost whatever we had 3 years ago. The shops. So many of it closed down. There's no more momentum. Dulu, KLIA 2 would be like hustle and bustle, macam pasar. Orang berlari-lari. Now, I'm not sure about Penang Airport. It's same, right? We have lost that momentum. So it's all about retraining ourselves to come back again to where we are. All right? Next. All right? Stay positive. Go back to that positive energy that inspired you before this. Kalau boss, stay close to him. All right? If colleagues, stay close to them. If family, stay close to them. Get back that, bring back that positive energy. And of course, kalau boleh, stay positive among you all lah. Jangan ada yang negatif di sini. Ada yang negatif di sini? Siapa sini yang negatif? Ada? Ada? Tak ada? Everybody positive? Very good. Excellent. Next. Alright. Create that positive environment, like I mentioned just now. Next. Next. Alright. Making new dreams. Just like me, 3 months ago, I decided I want to climb Everest again. That's why I call your bosses, saya minta tolong, saya kata saya nak datang Penang untuk latihan. I need a place to stay and they supported me. Alright? Making new dreams is something that you cannot avoid. You must make sure that you have your dream. If now, I give you a piece of paper and ask you to write down, what is your next dream in the next 3 years? You must have it with you. Where you want to be. Alright? Put aside MCO. Put aside how many lockdown we had the other day? 3, is it? 4 lockdowns, is it? Forget about the other lockdowns. I don't think so there'll be any lockdown. But you set your dream and you just maintain your dream. Without the new dream, you will never be a positive person. Alright, now, I think, is that all? Right? Now, with that, I end my session. Of course, when I asked a question just now, berapa orang sudah naik Kinabalu? I don't think so. I'm going to ask another question. Who is willing to take the Kinabalu challenge after this? Anyone? 1, 2, 3. Siapa lagi? 4, 5. Alright? 6, 7. No. Okay. 5 orang punya nama, take down, give it to your bosses. Who knows? If the business is really good, they will send you, they will sponsor you to go to climb Kinabalu. That should be the next goal. This is what we are talking about, making new dreams. Alright? And those who are really eager to join me for Everest, boleh next month. Guarantee you akan hilang 30 kg. Guarantee. You tengok. Kita hidup macam mana, tidur macam mana, makan macam mana kan? 30 kg guarantee. Tak payah pergi slimming semua. No need to go to slimming agency. Join me saja. Okay. Those staff 80 kilo kita hantar. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to share with you. I pass back the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi.